We do begin tonight with a federal judge telling Florida to wind down work at the Alligator Alcatraz Immigration Detention Center. Good evening. Welcome to Tampa Bay 28 News at 5. I'm Lauren St. Germain. You know it's been the center of controversy since it opened earlier this summer.
These detainees are living in cages. The pictures that you've seen don't do it justice.
Light pollution that can impact nocturnal species like the endangered Florida panther. We're seeing incredible volumes of traffic. We're hearing noise. We've also seen pretty large areas of new pavement, about 16 acres by our estimations.
The judge's ruling last night spoke to the points of the environmental concerns. And tonight, our Capitol reporter Forrest Saunders takes a closer look at the government's response and what this means for immigration policies moving forward.
There is no doubt this is a legal victory, but it might be a temporary one. It just depends. The judge has ordered a tiered shutdown of the controversial Alligator Alcatraz facility. It has to condense its operation as it deports. But after that, nobody's quite sure what will happen next. Governor Ron DeSantis blasted what he called an activist judge Friday. That's after a federal court ordered Florida to clear out Alligator Alcatraz, that controversial Everglades migrant detention camp, within 60 days. The state has already filed notice to appeal.
This is a judge that was not going to give us a fair shake. This was preordained, very much an activist judge that is trying to do policy from the bench. This is not going to deter us.
Despite that preliminary injunction, the governor says the mission continues. He's already announced a new site in Baker County, a defunct state prison, which he's dubbed the Deportation Depot, capable of holding up to 2,000 detainees. Officials telling us last week it'll come together fast.
We want to make sure that we do everything right. You know, a building that's been dormant now for a couple of years is going to have some unforeseen challenges that we did not see at the naked eye. So, you know, our timeline is probably going to be about 2 weeks.
But environmental groups that sued over the Everglades site are calling the ruling a landmark win.
What happened yesterday and what we saw from the court is not only a victory for the Everglades, it is a victory for the rule of law and for holding government accountable.
Attorneys say the judge's 82-page order found Florida ignored bedrock environmental protections. Judge Kathleen Williams saying, in part, the state never explained why they built inside the Big Cypress National Preserve. Quote, what's apparent, however, is that in their haste to construct the detention camp, the state did not consider alternative locations.
This is an important victory, but it is a first step. We will have to defend it in the Court of Appeals. But we're confident that the facts and the law are on our side.
The Miccosukee tribe, who joined in the lawsuit, says the order vindicates their rights to ancestral land.
When it comes to our homelands, there is no compromise. And so we will continue to fight.
Democrats at the state capitol also welcomed the injunction and say they'll be watching DeSantis' next move closely.
Concerns of due process will remain for those of us who operate in the legislature, and we absolutely will be visiting Baker CI.
The injunction now heads to the 11th Circuit Court of Appeals while the broader lawsuit plays out. Meanwhile, DeSantis insists Florida's detention centers are legal, necessary, and here to stay. Stick with me here because the next steps can get kind of complicated. It's likely in the appeal that the state is going to seek what is called a stay. And if granted by the 11th Circuit, it would allow Alligator Alcatraz to continue operating until the broader legal dispute is settled, a process that is likely going to take weeks. We'll see what happens. That's the latest out here at the state capitol. I'm Forrest Saunders reporting.